For those of you who don't know, my wife, my tiny human, and I are taking 2022 to travel all the way around Europe. We are currently in Scotland at the moment, and the way that it has been rendering on my film has been absolutely sublime. I've fallen in love with Scotland. It is my side mistress. Film is my main mistress, and Scotland is my side mistress. And Sonia's it's a complicated relationship, I tell you that. I thought that this video was going to be about this film stock. I thought that this video was going to be all about Portra 160 NC, an expired film stock that I was going to load into my Mamiya and shoot a place called Glen Affric in Scotland. But instead, I loaded normal, unexpired Portra 160 into my Mamiya, and I shot it at like ISO 20 because I thought it was expired. And I thought that it was Portra NC 160, but it's not. It was normal Portra, and so all of my Mamiya shots from this day were completely overexposed. I also had the good old trusty Olympus XA, which is my little Leica, my beast of a 35mm camera. In here I had some very overpriced Ultramax from Jeffrey Bezos himself. But since then, I think I'm moving on to other means to acquire film, must be honest. So, as is tradition in these videos, I packed my wife, my tiny human, my Mamiya and my Olympus into a small Ford Focus, took them to the middle of nowhere in Scotland, and made some film images. I'm gonna tell you that I love you 100 times a day. You'll get tired of my voice, that's how much I'm gonna tell you that I'll miss you. I'll miss you if you go. Yes, I'm gonna let you know just how much I tell your mama, I tell your papa too. I'm gonna let everyone know about my love, so I really hope you love me too. Yeah, I really hope you love me too. I'm gonna tell you that I need you. I need you every day. You'll get weary of my touch, that's how much I'm gonna tell you. One of the highlights of Glen Affric as a nature reserve was that it had a whole bunch of dead trees. And I know that that doesn't sound like a good thing, but it was great for photographs, but also great because the woods were left untouched. And it's good to let some dead wood hang around and create homes for the insects and repopulate the ground with some compost eventually. I found this beautiful dead tree covered in snow. Yeah, I really hope you love me too. Oh, there's something deep inside. Yeah. Missed the focus on the foreground of the tree just a little bit, but I'm pretty happy with how this turned out overall. I really like this image. If I had to choose one, it would probably be the one of the valley or the one of this dead tree as my favorites of the day. 100 times a day. You'll get tired of my lips, and that's how much they want to kiss you and caress you and love you till my dying day. You're the only one I need, no one else. I tell your friends, I tell your family, I'm gonna let everyone know about my love, so I really hope you love me too. Yeah, 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 I really hope you love me too. I thought that all this film expired in 2011, so I was pushing it like at least 3 stops, maybe even 4 sometimes. I would get into a point where I was like, okay, I'm 3 stops overexposed. I'll just make it 4. and I swung it and I shot. I only figured out way at the end of the day, after I had finished this whole roll, that this was actually unexpired film and I had overexposed everything. But I was quite confident in Portrait itself to handle all of this, but I did edit most of these images. I separated the sky, that shit down like 2-3 stops. I tried my best to make sure that the snow and the sky were separated. That's what my idea was, because there was just so much overexposure I had to deal with. But I'm pretty chuffed with the results. None of these are like my best photographs ever, but I like the color, I like the contrast, and it was good to shoot some unexpired film. Is it worth it to edit your film photographs? Absolutely yes. If there's something in the shots that you don't like, or if there's something like a big scratch across your subject, you want that shit out of there, man. You don't want your images to be tainted in any way, shape or form. You want them to be reflections of how you truly saw the image. Which, for those of you who said that my Fuji hate was unadulterated, I must say that Fuji did not render the scene how my eyes saw it, and that was my main problem with the Fuji film. What I got from the lab was this washed out, colorless, bluey, tingy mess, and what I saw in real life was full of warmth and character and rich, beautiful orange tones. And when what I shot and what my eyes saw do not meet, I am not happy. And so that's the reason why I edited all these photographs in Lightroom, and it's also the reason why I edited the shit out of that Fuji Pro 400H. You may be wondering, what's it like carrying a Mamiya and a baby on this long ass hike? It was pretty good actually. Mila was fast asleep for most of the hike, I won't lie. I got some pictures of her on the hike, which I absolutely love because she's my tiny human and I love her so much. I will have you know that we didn't do the basic bitch hike, even though we had a baby and a Mamiya and the Olympus and a tripod and a video camera. We ended up doing the much longer hike that led all the way around a lock and through some woods and then up to this pillowy, snowy cliff face that overlooked the rest of Glen Affric, and it was well worth it. Thank you for visiting Glen Affric with me on some sweet celluloid. I hope that you end up making it there one day yourself. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe. I think I'm almost at 500 subscribers, which is going to be dope, and then after that it's like 1 million, I believe. Really the algorithm is treating me very well, so thanks all for the support, thanks for the comments, thanks for the likes, I really appreciate it. I made a really heartfelt video of Vivian Maya, which you should totally check out over here, and I will see you again in the next video. Sayonara, you beautiful suckers. I kiss you. That's how much I love you. I love you more than my Mamiya, okay? More than my Olympus, okay? More than the Ultramax I get from Jeffrey Bezos, you motherfucker. Why you charge so much for film, you bitch?